What is the safest way to unseize old plumbing pipe threads? Have you ever tried to loosen a stubborn pipe fitting and felt like you might damage the pipe? Today, we're going to walk through the safest way to unseize old plumbing pipe threads so you can fix leaks or replace fittings without causing more problems. When pipes get old, rust and corrosion can make the threads stick tight. Forcing them can strip the threads or crack the pipe, which leads to bigger repairs. So, patience and proper techniques are key. First, start by applying a penetrating oil or lubricant made specifically for plumbing. Spray it generously around the threads and let it sit for at least 10 to 15 minutes. If you can, give it more time, sometimes overnight, so it can really soak in and loosen the rust. Once the oil has had time to work, grab a pipe wrench or channel lock pliers. Use gentle, steady pressure to turn the fitting. Don't try to force it all at once. If it doesn't budge, tap lightly around the fitting with a hammer. This helps break the corrosion bonds without damaging the pipe. Be careful not to hit too hard or you might deform the fitting or pipe. If the fitting still won't turn, controlled heat can help. Use a propane torch to heat the fitting evenly until it's hot to the touch, usually a few hundred degrees. The heat causes the metal to expand, which can loosen the threads. Be sure to keep the flame away from plastic pipes or flammable materials. Once heated, try turning the fitting again while it's still warm. If heat isn't safe or doesn't work, you might need to consider cutting or splitting the fitting. For metal pipes, carefully scoring the fitting with a hacksaw or pipe cutter can help. Gently pry it open with a flathead screwdriver, but only if you're confident it won't damage the pipe. For plastic pipes, avoid heat altogether. Instead, use a solvent cement or PVC primer to soften the joint, then quickly twist and pull apart before the cement cures. Always wear safety gear like gloves and a protection. Make sure your workspace is well ventilated, especially when using penetrating oils or torches. Remember, the goal is to loosen the threads without damaging the pipe or fittings. Applying penetrating oil, gentle turning, tapping, and controlled heat are your best bets. If you need to cut or split fittings, do so carefully and only as a last resort. Following these steps will help you unseize old plumbing pipe threads safely and keep your repairs on track.